Okay, hello, my friends. Hello again. I'm back with another Pick a Pile reading for you. Thank you for coming back. While you're here, I can just remind you to hit the little buttons like and subscribe. You could even turn notifications on if you're feeling really wild. And pick a number between 1 and 3. Okay? Take a moment, take a breath, and choose your pile. We're going to start with pile 3. So exciting. So exciting. Okay, so first off, you have Starkeeper and the Queen. Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Okay, this is really interesting because, first of all, this is giving heavy earth sign energy, but you know what this is? This is heavy, like, statues energy. Something about, the monuments, monument parks. There's something here where there's going to be something that's connected to you personally or your interests, or you're paying attention to the news cycles, that is connected to, statues, these points of power, these points of reverence. Maybe you're interested in art and sculpting and clay or marble or whatever. Maybe you're like going to Italy and you're going to like see some of these. Maybe you're involved in some kind of museum, something. But there's something about statues specifically. Now, this is also here to like send you a loving reminder, pile 3, because this is a time of great chaos and upheaval, right? But you think about the volcano laying waste and then creating the most fertile soil for new life to grow from. So this is really an energy that is full of energy and potential and opportunity. And opportunity is a tricky word in the English language because opportunity can often mean like advantage, like taking advantage of, but it's not taking advantage of. It's simply purely holy opportunity. You're being presented with an opportunity this time, pile 3, and it's really important for you to stay rooted, stay grounded, and stay focused. And something about statues is going to help you there. Obviously, also this is, a statue of an Egyptian deity. I'm not going to say who I think it is in case I'm wrong, because that would be disrespectful. But you could be going through some kind of activations here where maybe perhaps you're doing work with the Akashic Records, some kind of energy work, dream realm work, but your intuition is getting like cranked up. And it's important that you don't fight the sort of expansion of consciousness that's happening for you right now. Perhaps you're studying ancient cultures, perhaps you're connecting to your ancestry in an ancient space, time, and way. And it's important that you understand that, like, you're not being called to study these things or to visit these places for no reason. And so it would be really good for you right now to work with water and work with community, right? Seek out people who have had similar sort of awakenings and level ups, and do, study, do your homework, okay? Next, we have the Queen, which is very interesting, because I really feel like for some of you, this is like connected to a living queen. Okay, this just got like so heavy. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's just some kind of resolution that has to happen. It feels like within your bloodline, within your ancestry, and within yourself, and with imperial institutions and families. You can have some kind of connection to who's going to be queen. And I'm obviously in like this Western mind and Western world, so I'm thinking of, Camilla, her Royal Majesty Camilla, and Kate. There could be something about Princess Kate Middleton that's like happening or something, that like you're interested in or something. But there's like a lot of African queens as well. This can be connected to some kind of present or recent African queen. You could be studying Rastafarianism and connected to, I can't even say her name right now. I'm so sorry. That's very shameful and I apologize. But there's also this energy too of like, I feel like I have to tell you a little bit of the story, pile number 3. So this deck is the Gospel of Aradia, and in Aradia's story, she basically becomes queen because she's like a practicing healer. You know, they call now like a strega, a witch, a practicing healer locally, and the rituals that she's teaching women and helping them, find husbands and make money and be healthy and stuff are obviously looked down upon by the powers of the day that be, the church people. And so, the police bust in on she and her group one night. And as the women are scattering, she stands up and she's like, Aradia's like, this is all me. Like, I bewitched them to do this. And the guards are like, ha 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 ha. We have our scapegoat. So they lock her in prison and she's crying. She's crying to her mother who taught her everything, Goddess Diana. Her parents are both deities. And she's like, listen, please help me. So Diana responds under the light of the full moon, sing, sing, sing. So Aradia starts singing, and the king is just like walking at night in his gardens, and he hears her, and he's so touched and so moved by the emotion in her voice. And he sees her, he frees her, he releases her from the jail, and he marries her. Now, this story is, a beautiful story or legend, but it's also an allegory. And basically in the story, so the king represents like, yes, the powers of oligarchy, imperialism, the wealth, the status, that class. And Aradia really represents like the poor class, the working class, the struggling class, and also that yin yang energy of two, like of the opposites, like coming together to create a whole. And when they marry, it really unites ancient Italy in kind of like new and untold, powerful, important ways. I felt like you really needed to hear that story for the context. But so basically, she becomes the queen, and I feel like there is an energy here of like, this word is very like overplayed, but of ascension, but literally ascension, like when someone ascends to the throne, like a very clear-cut line in a physical like thing, line of ascension energy. And something that's going to be like really like uniting two opposing forces, really powerful, really, really, really memorable, really historic, really wonderful. And the important thing here is also that this is like a kind of typical like rags to riches story, but it's a rags to riches story that includes, specifically like the mystery arts, sisterhood, bonds of, supporting one another. The relationships in your life right now, especially connected to women, sisters, literally sisters, coven circles where people meet, book circles, I don't know, you know what I mean, are going to be really important right now. So just take note of that at this time, which is cute and funny and ironic because I was literally just talking about like, look for people who have been through similar experiences before. This is like not just the energy of royalty as like theoretical though. This is like very real. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, so first we have passion ignited, mental conflict. Then we have obstacles and challenges, and the hermit. Interesting. So as I said, you're going through kind of an ascension, awakening, leveling up, initiations, connections, royalty, very obvious things. And so this is passion ignited. There's something where you're following a dream, but it's a dream that is like a literal dream, but also a vision. Excuse me. Yes. Wow. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's incredible. That was a 1112. Um, that was a 111 as well. So there's something here where, you know, you follow a spark, you follow something that's really important to you, and like this is kind of describing your journey, right? And as that flame awakens in you, as that passion awakens in you, it could also be connected to um, solar plexus chakra. So there could be like this is connected to confidence. This could be connected to digestion issues. Either too fast or too slow, needing to kind of balance. There could be a change in um, digestion that's taking place, but not just diet as in food, but like just overall energy. The kind of things that you know ingest and digest, the things that you surround yourself with, could be all changing, and that's like a normal part of this process. Um, Confidence can be going through major shifts and upgrades. Um, Passion and planet is also connected to the word, the art of writing something, of calling something into this existence, of speaking something, of saying like, "I'm hungry," and 2 minutes later, uh, food truck pulls up and gives you a free sample of pita bread or something. This is the energy of like having the powerful. Okay, but connected to royalty, actually, again, that's very much like you say something and it happens. Yes, in the form of like manifestation, but also in the physical of like you have an ordained power in your community. And I hope that you understand that. Like, I hope that you're understanding this the way that you should understand it. If you're like, oh, this is not regarding me, what are you talking about? Like, then this is the power that you have in your environment. This is the power that you have in your bloodline, in your family, in your whatever. But how you communicate, what you say, what you share is very potent, because this is also the energy of the magician, right? The creator, the creatress, the channel, the one who is able to sort of move through the different realms to gain understanding, the one who is not afraid or uncomfortable in or with liminal spaces. And adorably, that brings us to mental conflict. And this is that exact progression as well, right? This is literally the one and the two. This is like, this is like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. They're like, we just want White Castle. And then a whole effing thing unravels and ensues. It's like, as soon as you say, like, I know what I'm going to do, the universe is like, bet, and starts throwing challenges at you in order to prepare you for what you're going to do, right? This is very much also like not just a hero's journey, but Hercules, like the Herculean journey, right? One day Hercules wakes up and he's like, I feel so out of place. And then it's like, my friend, like you're a demigod, like you're related to the gods. And Hercules, like, I gotta make it back up Mount Olympus. And they're like, you have to go through a series of major challenges first for years on Earth. So it's like not his best moment. I mean, it actually does turn into his best moments, but there was like anguish there, right? If I'm doing free promo, they might as well give me some free promo. Obviously, I'm a New England bitch. I don't know what to tell you. Just kidding. We international. But I have a lot of connection to New England. Massachusetts is the heart of America. They have an app now. So this is also a reminder that sometimes we work ourselves into a mental anguish by overthinking. Like sometimes things can be very simple, but in our desire for things to be the best possible outcome, or because we're doing something new, or even also as an act of procrastination, we can create anguish for ourselves. And I saw the most beautiful video today, that on TikTok, of course, that was talking about like procrastination is actually your body's way of saying like, I don't feel rested enough, I don't feel safe, I need time, I need space. And like, as you can see in this incredible imagery, when you're going through this kind of transformations, it's like, okay, we get it, you need time, you need space, but no. Get it together, because something else is trying to be born, something else is trying to come through, and it might be totally uncomfortable and totally new and totally whatever. And actually, that's so crazy and perfect, because the final card here is the Hermit, which is not really what they're talking about, but the Hermit crab has a very similar thing. As the Hermit crab grows, it just completely gets out of its shell and gets a new shell. It's not really comfortable, but if it stays in its old shell, it will die. And this is not a threat. This is to say that, like, when you're being encouraged to grow, if you don't, there's a part of your soul that dies. There's a part of you that goes through compromising who you are until you're not even a person. You're like a zombie. So you have the option right now to say like, that was a 1616, to say like also 7-7. Heavy spirit confirmation. To say like, do I want to go on this path that I've already. But to be honest, it's like this. It's like you decide to go base jumping. Is that what it's called? No. When you jump out of the airplane with the parachute, and you're like about to pull the parachute thing, and you're like, do I really want to jump out of an airplane? And it's like, okay, it's normal to have a lot of questions, but like, you're already in the air. There's a trainer on top of you. If you don't pull the strap, they're going to pull the strap. If you don't decide like you're going to do this, your guys are just going to kick you. Like, you're already in your change. So, don't over worry yourself about it. Like, stress has a purpose, but as human beings, we have a very unhealthy connection to stress. And in this time of great chaos, we have a very unhealthy connection to stress. And it's, excuse me, confirmation. It's really important to see like where there are things that you can't control that you can find a way to let go of, and to just like work with the flow of energy of something larger than yourself. Obstacles and challenges. Listen. How do I explain this? Let me show you the way. Okay. You want to learn how to ride a bike. You see everybody around you riding a bike. All you want to do is feel the wind in your hair and feel the breeze on your face. You know that you can do it. You're really excited. You're going to do it. You say you want to learn how to ride the bike. You're going to fall so many times. Like, there's no maybe. Like, you are going to fall off that damn bike. Now you can have your knee pads on and your helmet and your elbow pads, but like, the feeling is what you have to get used to. I could say conquer or overcome or whatever, but the feeling is what you have to become one with. Because that wobbly feeling of being on a bike, of trying something different, as soon as you get used to that, then you can start to really adjust the sails, turn left, turn right, learn where the brake is, take off the training wheels. The obstacles and challenges that you're seeing as you try and move forward on projects, relationships, situations, they're not to discourage you. Sometimes our obstacles are to remove us from situations where we don't belong in the first place, right? But sometimes the obstacles are also there to show us how, like, where our skills are and where our places that we could use support are, right? It's like, okay, you want to be a doctor, you've been so excited about it your whole life, but your hands shake. I mean, my love, how can you be a surgeon if your hands shake? So then you need to learn to, maybe you stop drinking, or maybe you do breath work or meditation, or maybe you don't drink caffeine. But the point is like, oh, you have to work on like having a steady hand. Like your theory is all there, but you have to have a steady hand. It's like that, right? The obstacles and things in our way are there to show us either where we need to improve, what we need to let go of, or to redirect us to a path that is much more aligned and appropriate and accurate for us. But again, it's not something that you didn't, it should not be surprising. Like, this message feels kind of like a tough love read. It's like you, I don't know what the, I don't know what the current, like, one of this is, but like, at one point, the like crazy ride was the Superman, like crazy roller coaster. You're like, okay, I want to ride the Superman. You go to Six Flags, you buy a ticket, you wait in line, you get all your friends, you're ready, you're there. And after you buckle it and you get to the top, you're like, I don't want to be on this roller coaster anymore. Respectfully, like, you can't get off. You're on the roller coaster. And that's what life is. And I'm not even trying to be cute because it feels like there's a lot of stress here and there's people that you can talk to. Please always seek help if you need it. But like, even if you're like, okay, well, my life will end sooner. I should not be talking about this. 2121. Like, don't you know about reincarnation? Like, never think that you can like run away from your problems. There's nothing you can do to like stop yourself from having a human experience here on planet Earth. And I say that because feeling might be something that's uncomfortable or new or difficult or something for you. But that's what's required to be on Earth. And that's completely normal. So we have the Hermit next. Let me read to you what it says. Find or be a mentor. Take a break from society. A commitment to your spiritual growth. 2222. And that's just confirmation on what I've been saying, of like finding people who are like you, trusting the process, not overthinking things, going with the flow. The Hermit is also Virgo energy. And Virgo energy is very much the priestly class, the energy of home, self, taking care of oneself, health, wellness, routines, structure, care, attention, in a very grounded way, because Virgos are that earth sign. So the Hermit is very much also connected to, as I said here, studying your, doing your homework, studying what you need to study to make the connections that you need to make in order to continue moving along your journey of life. The Hermit also, who is the Hermit? The Hermit is like the energy of like Zhang from like Avatar, The Last Airbender, the cartoon. It's like they meet Zhang totally like they hadn't planned it. And they're like, oh my God, awesome. And Aang's like, you can be my firebending teacher. And Zhang is just so like, he's a master, but he's like in his own energy. And he's like, you know what? I'll never teach anyone again. And like the Avatar comes out and it's like, you think I can't learn? Zhang starts teaching Aang. But like, it's very much this energy of like, that whole scene, right? Because like your job is also to like find out who you are in that scene. Are you like Aang looking for the teacher? Are you the like excited dude who's like, hey Avatar, I'll take you to Zhang? Are you Zhang? Are you General Zhao? Are you one of the people who lives in Zhang's village who might also be a master but will never know because they just mind their damn business? It's this energy of mastery around you. And it's important right now for you to understand if you're at a point of mastering something, or if you're at a point where you're ready to seek a new teacher. I need to see something here with that passion ignited. I wish I could like sing you some music. I don't mean to make you wait. But the 2 ones here that you have are just this is a very powerful reading, pile number 3. I'm like, this is amazing. I want to read this to you before I continue the read, okay? With passion ignited, because I feel like y'all need a little boost here. The first of the spirit cards signifies that this is your time to let your soul soar. New beginnings, ideas, revelations, and exciting adventures await you in your personal or business life. Creative endeavors, enthusiasm, positive energy, and a renewed spiritual strength are at an all-time high. The powerful force of spirit is flowing through you, and with it comes a new sense of purpose. Be all that you can be. Reach inside and tap into that force. Use it to move forward and set up a strong foundation for the future. Other people may feel your excitement and joy and begin to benefit from the spark of life that's emanating from you. They'll wonder, what's your secret? And your energy could even ignite their own spiritual journey. Follow your intuition, but know that this is your time to spread your wings and fly. We have the 6 of Summer. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So, the 6 of Summer. The 6 of Summer, as I read and as I said, is very connected to children, your inner child. But really, that's an energy of forgiveness, of gentleness, and of pure-heartedness, right? This energy of forgiveness is not so much about anything other than giving yourself the grace for the times when you have not been your best self. And for as you go through and do a review of different, experiences in your life or connections, finding the ability to flow with what is rather than trying to judge past actions. Because the thing is that we know, what does this say? Hindsight is 2020. We do what we can with what we have at the time, right? This also 6 of Summer, as it often pertains to like childhood and stuff, it can also be that you are now in the position of the teacher, in case you needed that question answered, and it can also be children in your life. So this can also be an energy of connecting with children in a new way. We have release. I love this. Let go of the past. That's what I was just saying. Forgiveness. And ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. And I love this because didn't I spend time earlier? Tell me I did. Talking about opportunities and the wholeness of that phrase and that statement. So, yeah, this is really not the time to be holding too tightly to anything for you. Next, we have the Magician. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. I literally can't say anything else. So much confirmation. Oh, and we still have 2 more. Oh my God. 4 of Autumn. Manage your resources wisely. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help out those who are less fortunate. I think this is connected to wealth, but this is very much connected to your teachings as well. It's kind of like an energy of like when you're not standing in your calling, what you're doing is you're preventing the world from benefiting from the gift that you have. And that's actually selfish. And I know that that's like so intense and so hardcore, but like that's the truth of it. I can't believe it. I just like learned her. I saw her name again today. The woman who was Picasso's muse, who actually taught Picasso. I think her name was like Dana something. Beloved, I will think of your name later. But it's like if she had never started making art, right? The world would never know Picasso's world today, and art forever would be changed, right? And would not be at the place where it is now. It's like, but if Picasso was like, I'm just not gonna paint, I should just like study law, the world would be completely different, and that would be a selfish act for him. So I think this is really important here, because sometimes it can feel almost self-indulgent to do the things that we're best at or the things that we love, right? Because there might even be something that seems like frivolous about them. Maybe your whole life you were told like you have to be a accountant, but you just want to be in musicals. There's like a push and pull, there's like a conflict here where you're just like, I know that I want to be in these musicals, but at the same time, like I could just do accounting. And it's like, well, but if you're not being in the musicals, though, you're depriving the cast of your voice and your stage presence. You're depriving people who could watch you and who could say, like, I want to grow up and be in a play. But it's also this energy of like, oh my God, who am I seeing? I'm so much seeing that play from The Office when Michael didn't get the part in Sweeney Todd. And Daryl is like, oh yeah, that guy's my plumber. And Michael's like, no, he's a specialist, you know what I mean? And he's like a plumber, that's like his day job. There's very much an energy here of don't be too prideful or don't be boastful. Not boast. It's like don't compare yourself to others, right? If you're a plumber in the weekday and a musical performer on the weekends, but later you really want to make it to Broadway, that's fine. Like wherever you're at in like sharing your gifts, just keep going. It's like very much the message there. Sweeney Todd, that's a throwback. That's very specific. In The Office. And 2 of Winter and the 7 of Spring. Ooh la la. I love this deck. 2 of Winter. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. This is what it feels like to be psychic. It's so funny. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. What can I say about this? The best way to like bridge a gap or close a bridge is just to start, right? The best way to integrate emotional and intellectual is just to start. And I feel like by incorporating more movement practices into your life, that's going to help you with the clarity of moving through some of these major upgrades and changes. But this, what is it called here? This 2 of Winter is also very much like just a little bit of like you don't believe in yourself, but you don't believe in yourself kind of like Tinkerbell. How Tinkerbell, they're like, Tinkerbell needs applause in order to move. Like Tinkerbell knows that Tinkerbell can fly. Tinkerbell has the pixie dust and can make other people fly, but like Tinkerbell needs applause. It's kind of like you know that you can do certain like things, but you have to like cheer yourself on a bit, You have to push through the like, will I, won't I, and go on to what you're meant to be doing. And the 7 of Spring. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. That kind of speaks for itself. Okay? Pile 3. Much love. Much love. Much love. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to send tips and donations, my Venmo and Cash App are in the description. They're always appreciated and put to good use. And that generosity and abundance is returned to use. And make sure you check the websites, okay? Thank you so much. Now we're going to do pile 1 because we like to keep it fresh. We like to mix it up. So cheers. Hello, if you're here, pile 1. Hello. Welcome to your reading. Your first card is Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. Oh, interesting. Okay. Did y'all ever watch that show, Once Upon a Time? It was like all the fairy tales come to life in a town in Maine. Good stuff. In this multi-seasoned show. When somebody has to go from one place to another, like if they have like a magic bean from a magic beanstalk or different ways to open a portal, they have to have a very specific vision in their head of where they're going, and maybe even a map or a compass in order to get there. Otherwise, they just end up in who knows where, and it's a lot of chaos that ensues. For you, pile number one, you literally have this energy of like a portal in front of you. You have this opportunity and this like travel situation here, and this like maybe you got a grant or a scholarship or a plane ticket, but you have this moment before you where it's going to bring you into a relocation that's going to be very transformational in your life. But if you don't have a strong vision of what you're hoping to get out of the experience, then you could end up in who knows where. And this is really interesting. This is really interesting. It feels like there's like an energy of like a hunt here and horses. But what this feels like is maybe you need to do some scripting, do some journaling, do some writing, and figure out exactly what it is that you want. Like, okay, like let me give you the perfect example. Maybe you just want a scholarship to like a renowned university or college or institution. And you're very excited because you were told to go to college and you're going to be going to college. And here you are getting ready to go, but you have no idea what you're going to study. Okay, my friend, figure it out. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to pause here because all this talking about portals and all this reading, and ask my guys to just recenter the space, remove anything that is distracting or that does not belong, and set us on our correct path. Thank you so much. Wild card. It also means that there may be things like that shock or surprise you on your journey in the upcoming time. Oh, yeah. I tell you, it is wild. There may be things that shock or surprise you, and it's your job to sort of handle that, you know? Very true, because then the next card is truth. And I'm so sorry, but I need to take a pause, just like use the restroom, and I'm just gonna do it like this. I'll be right back. Hi. Wow, pile number one. Oh. Pile number one, you are goated. Thank you for your patience. But I'm a human after all. Okay, so like I was saying, then you have truth, right? Now, there could be something that you learn or that you see that is just completely, upheaval for you. It represents an upheaval. It's shocking. It's surprising. It's something you never would have anticipated, or it's you sharing a shocking truth, and it's going to be opening doors for you. And remember, pile number one, when we stand in our authenticity and in our genuine light and speak our truth and be who we are, it's not only bringing justice for ourselves, it's creating a more open world for those who come around us and behind us, and so that they don't have to endure the same struggles that we endured. Now, if this is a truth that you're sharing, again, the constant advice to be gentle with yourself. But if this is a truth that is coming out to you, I see that there's also like it might really like set you on a different path. So don't be afraid to change. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a song by The Weeknd. Oh, it's sacrifice. I see love begins and I see sacrifice. What is going on? Pile number 1. What is this energy? And transformation. Okay. This is very much an energy of some kind of new connection completely blossoming from seeming like you don't know where. Now, this connection can be a pre-existing connection. Friends to lovers. Or this can be a connection just deepening, just people sharing with each other, taking intimacy to a whole nother level. But with sacrifice, transformation, these kind of heavy hitter cards and energy, there's this situation where as this two unite, as love happens and comes together, the people in this, connections have gone through so much in order to be able to be together. And it's important to like acknowledge and not diminish that. I feel like for some of you, this can be a confession about that someone wants to share with you about, the feelings that they have for you. And it may come as just like a genuine shock. But that is actually a beautiful thing. Okay, we have the Queen of Summer and the 5 of Spring. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. It's too cold for me to hit these notes, but like, when he's calling for you, listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. Okay. So this is a very nurturing energy. And it's giving very much like a little bit spongy energy. Like when you put it in water, like it absorbs all the water, so it sucks in the water, but also you can squeeze it in the water, all goes out. It's very much like you have this ability to like pick up on the energy of a situation, but then also like see what everyone immediately like needs support with. And it's like that's a very unique and beautiful ability, but some of that can also be connected to over empathy, which can be connected to hypervigilance, which is just a survival tweak that happens because of a trauma response. So it's kind of this energy of like learning to separate your intuition when it's needed. Pause. Hi, honey. Mommy. Yes? Remember how many spiders you don't like? I never said I don't like spiders. You like spiders? Yeah, of course. I don't like them. They're creepy with those antenna things. You don't even like them? And with those webs, because I was just walking in my woods, and then I just had webs on me when I couldn't see any webs. You don't even like Charlotte? No. Okay. Very mothering energy. Very Cancer energy. Very river energy. Very energy that dissolves pain and sickness. Very healing energy. Very Great Mother energy. Very Virgin Mary energy. Guadalupe energy. Make sure that you are practicing boundaries. 5 of Spring. Opposing goals arise from differing opinions. Feeling at odds with yourself or others. overly ambitious people. This could be a time to, it sounds like you're going through like a little bit of a beautiful healing, pile number one, especially like as these truths come to light. And it feels like perhaps you need to maybe parry back on some of what you're committed yourself to in terms of like work or whatever the case may be, and take some time to recalibrate. Yeah, we got another 5. We have the 5 of winter. Walk away from dishonest associations. Yeah. For some of you, the truths that are coming out, it's like, it feels like a major thing that's being revealed. And some of it is going to be really hard and some of it's going to be really beautiful. But, you know, as healing happens, it also means letting go of what doesn't fit anymore. Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted is not the best choice for your happiness, something that's literally not worth the effort. And you know what that is. And like, it doesn't matter if that's like a job, a relationship, a place of residence, contract for a freelance job. If you can feel and see that what's happening is not working for you, you need to walk away from that, even if it seems like something that's like, oh my God, this is going to be challenging for me. King of Autumn, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. Be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Yes, everything is going your way. A good person or company to work for. Yeah. Once you leave what you're not supposed to be connecting with behind, you can be very aligned easily with what you're supposed to be connected with. 6 of spring, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. Is giving very much A+ student. Doing the right thing is its own reward. But then you get a reward because you did do the right thing. Ace of Autumn, a windfall of money. Your girl's psychic, I don't know what to tell you. I get so excited when I'm just like tapped in. As I should. Ace of Autumn, a windfall of money. Who couldn't use that? Advice or assistance from others. A very successful project, a happy change in your career. Yeah. Y'all are going through like real changes in how you make money. Pile 1. And salute to you because that's exciting. And the 10 of spring. Ask for help from others. All work and no play. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Okay. So the 10 here means that the cycle is closing. And this circumstance that you find yourself in, pile 1, is not going to be around for very much longer. Hella Rocky Horror Picture Show references there. But there's something here where, perhaps because of this truth that's coming out, or perhaps truths that have come out in the past, you're in this moment where, for whatever reason, you feel like you have to like carry everything on your own. But the truth is that, part of you're being nudged to like ask for help, to show you that actually there are people that you can rely on and count on. And also, again, just reminding you that like you're there. It's like I don't know if you've ever had this experience. If you get like firewood because you have like a fireplace or something, and then someone drops like whatever, like a jillion pounds of like firewood, and like one by one you have to carry those pieces and stack them up. And it's like you've been doing this for like 5 hours and you've been working with like 2 people and it's work for like 6 people. and you just have like a bundle of wood in your arms and you're looking at the place to stack this wood, and this is the moment where this card finds you. You're just like tired, you're just like your arms are full, but like you can see your end goal. You can see where you're meant to be to finish this task. But the thing is that once you finish this task, you still need to recuperate, right? Like maybe you go inside and you're like, hey, friend, like, can you share some soup with me? I'm too tired to cook, or whatever, right? It's this energy of like having gone through this major thing, like finishing up, closing a cycle, but then also learning how to be vulnerable